know you're looking at me. You watch me like TV.
Many have Nakupenda on repeat, forever on loop. Roju might just be your favorite song. Faithful, Running, Soldier, Finders Keepers, all songs that got us in our feelings when they dropped. On Rubbin Minds, Ebuka chats with Chike, not just about his role as the boo of the booless, but on the journey to that. And most importantly, the question, what next?
And if you don't say hello, I will say hello.
All right, welcome back. Yes, we have Chike here in the house, recording artist. Does it matter what you're called? Recording artist, musician, singer?
Well, I make music.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Before the show started, my producer was like, Ebuka, you're a member of Chike's PR. Because he seems to see that I post, a lot of stuff about you. But it's not just me. I mean, your album, Boo of the Bullets, came out February, I believe?
February 14th.
Yeah.
Yes.
And unbelievable. Virtually every song in there. And there's a reason why it's been on the iTunes charts for this long up until now.
Yeah.
It took you how long to write that album?
I would have to go back to when the first song or the oldest song on the album was written. So I would say about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting from when the oldest song on the album was recorded till when the final song was recorded and released. About 3 years.
Why did it take you that long to do this?
To be honest, because I was doing it myself. That's the real thing. So I needed to plan. I needed to make sure everything was in place. I needed to be able to pay for my music. I needed to also learn, know how to distribute my music. So it takes a while. You just don't learn all that.
Why were you doing this alone?
Okay. I mean, most people who follow my journey know I came off a reality show. And after that, I got automatically signed to a label a label who was an affiliate of the show or something like that. And I mean, that didn't go so well. So it took a while to get out. So I guess I just wanted to be in charge of my future.
So you were signed on for 2 years?
Almost 2 years, a year plus.
And in that time, nothing happened?
Barely. I mean, I just felt like their dreams were different from mine.
Okay, but conversations were had?
Conversations were had. I tried to get them to do the right thing. But, I mean, like I said, I felt like they had other priorities that didn't have anything to do with me.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So there was nothing done for you at all?
Contract they did something.
Okay.
I mean, but if I'm making more progress in the past 6 months than I made in almost 2 years with you, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the contract ends and then you start writing your own
Yes,
stuff.
I just start making my own music.
We
We shook hands and just decided we needed to go.
I asked that because, I mean, you were talented. People saw you on the show. Did you try to get signed to other labels, maybe locally here?
Locally here, I had other deals. I know I had a deal from Triple MG at the time, so we're discussing. Ubi, actually, he was very supportive of my craft. He always told people about my music, to be honest. And, for reasons that I wouldn't even, I guess I was more driven to do it myself. In as much as I wanted to sign to a label, I guess, to take away some of the workload. But deep down, I think I still wanted to do it myself.
Yeah.
But there were different offers. Even a month before my album came out, there were offers, but a lot were asking for more than I could give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to explore that, but I'm going to let that hang there. So you've been writing for 3 years.
Yes.
Album drops in February. A lot of people say it's probably the most sincere album most people have heard in this country in a long time. It was a little too personal, even if I say that.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it I want to believe, correct me if I'm wrong, are from a personal experience or personal experiences.
No, you're corrected.
Okay.
I mean, a lot. For me, I try to tell stories. I would say it's connected to people in a personal way because I guess they also felt me in the music. So yes, a lot still had to do with me, but I still put a little, stories here and there. So the person or the people that have been referenced don't know they're the ones.
Oh, okay. So how much of it, on a scale of, how many songs on the album?
14.
How many of them are personal experiences? Because it seems like you were telling a story like
Personal,
you said.
like personal.
You could tell that it was a toasting, heartbreak, you fell back in love, then you went to Jesus at the end.
I would say personal, I would go 60-40. 60 personal, 40 fiction.
Okay.
Yes.
And none of them know they have been sung about, really?
I mean, I don't admit, even when they call me, I'm like, why are you that important? Can you just...
Because I want to ask about this heartbreak song.
Oh, okay.
The song, this is hard for me to say, I'm going to say it anyway, I fell out of love with you.
Yeah.
I mean, the line, did that happen?
No, I was going through a tough time then, and that didn't happen like that. But that was what I got from the situation at the time. I was so angry, but I just figured it wasn't really about me. I just figured this person was just not on the same page with me anymore, and that made it easy for me to, you know, because it's easy to just get angry at the person or feel like they're at fault. No, sometimes they're just not there with you. So.
Why did you go there? Because I think you've been asked this question a few times. You know, you don't find a lot of male singers who are that vulnerable and admit that a girl, you know, dumped them.
Do that.
Pretty much is what it came across as. The girl left you.
Yeah.
Especially the guy being macho and saying, you know, how did you get there and why did you feel the need to put that out?
I guess getting there, I don't know. I don't know what was responsible for that. I just made music from my heart at the time. That was what it was about. And, you know, I was lucky enough to work with producers who were not trying to steer me another route. So it just made it easy and I didn't plan it that way, but looking at how it's played out now, I'm happy that it was that vulnerable. Yeah. Yes.
How many of these babes are now in your DMs? Because you are now this
a lot
guy.
See, me, a lot are still even messaging me from those old. Some of their friends call them like, I know who this song is. I'm like, it's you that know. I don't know what you're talking about now. Yes.
So you've clocked over 10 million streams, I believe.
Yeah, I think it should be about 18 to 20 million now.
Wow.
It's more than 10.
Did you expect
it was 10 million 2 months ago.
Did you expect that?
I really didn't. I expected the support and loyalty of people who had been listening to my music. I mean, even for my show, when I wouldn't say I was late, but I was outside waiting for everything to kickstart, and someone was like, Ebuka is upstairs. I'm like, huh? So I was happy I got the support that, more than the support that I was even expecting. And but for it to do this well, to be honest, I didn't expect it.
Yeah. Why didn't you expect it? Is it because of the genre of music you do, or the
because
fact that
I know how hard
it
is to get people to listen to your music. So I didn't know that I would get that much people. I know the amount of hours and work you need to put in. Like even with my manager and PR, Ogaga and Toby, the way that they move and try to get people to hear your content. I know how much energy they put in it. So in your head, when you're calculating, okay, for this amount of work, we expect this amount of listeners, and it goes way above that, you know, that's the shock.
Yeah. For the kind of music you do, you don't get that a lot from artists in this part of the world where we know, I hate that word, Afrobeats seems to rule the roost, you know.
Okay.
If it's not being danced to in a club, it doesn't seem to have that much traction, you know. Was it the honesty you think that came across with your music?
For me, I make music based on how I'm feeling or how I believe you could be feeling. I have dance music. I believe in dance music. I enjoy dance music, but I want to make it when I feel like making it, not because I like a dance beat and it's a trend. I need to be in that space or find someone who's in that space that can write me an amazing record. And yes, I'll do that.
So you dropped this album in February.
Yes, February 14th.
Goes amazing. I think by the second day or something, you're number one on the iTunes charts. You stayed at number one.
By the third day.
By the third day, you were the number one for like weeks, and then boom, COVID-19 happens and the whole world is shut down. Looking back now, do you feel like, maybe I should have waited?
No, I don't.
Because I mean, there's so much money you could have made, let's be honest.
Yes.
At shows, at events, at weddings, or whatever it is.
Yes.
Through these months.
Yes. I mean, I don't feel like maybe I should have waited. In fact, I'm happy that happened before the pandemic. At the beginning, I was talking about learning and doing things by myself.
Yeah.
And one thing I also was able to learn from talking to people was, you know, the heat period in our markets is the festivities, the December, and the truth is after that, a lot of the artists are worn out. They're tired. You don't have people putting out albums in January. Technically, my album was out in January because it was out to pre-order. They had samples. I knew every other person wasn't going to be ready. I took a chance that they won't be ready. And I just knew that it would be easier to get people to listen to new content in that space of time.
Yeah. So, I mean, are you not missing the money you could have been making, though?
I'm missing the money, but we're all not making money. I mean, at least from shows. I'm missing the money. I'm missing the money. In fact, that was a particular car I was dreaming of buying, you know. But I think it has to wait till next year.
You... So you dropped the album, it organically grew.
Yes, it did.
But there seems to be a belief, you know, that the industry is sort of segmented, right?
Okay.
Do you get support from, for want of a better word now, mainstream artists who say, man, nice work, I'd like to, you know, be on a track with you, or who even, something as little as posting your music up?
Okay.
Because there's a belief that you and the Johnny Drills and these guys are in some corner, and then the pop guys support themselves there and never really reach across. Is that true?
I'll answer them one. The first one is I got support. I got reasonable support. And one thing I've learned too, one thing Ogaga always tells me is, look, who are you? You need to work. People need to know you. Even if they post of your music, then what? Yeah. You need to work. You need to be able to be identified as something. So even when they're showing you support. So yes, I got support. They posted my music. In fact, somebody I would recognize a lot as a musician who did that was Zorro, Adekunle Gold, even Flavor. You know, these people spoke consistently more than once to say, check this guy out. I hope I didn't miss any other names. Yeah. Then for the categorization, to be honest, for me, I make music that is genuine to me. I make music that is true to me. And when I hear the categorizations and they say, oh, you're... let me not skip. Rikasani also, who was on the album. MI also, who was on the album. Yeah. These people showed immense support and they helped also talk about the album. But when I see categorizations and people say, oh, you're in the same group as Johnny Drill, and I'm just like, nah, come on. Like, because, I mean, there could be similarities, but, you know... As a music consumer, let me not talk as a music creator, I don't agree with them.
Yeah, why not?
At all. I don't agree with them. It's just my opinion. I don't agree with them because I know how I make my music. I'm listening to it as a music consumer and also as someone who has insight on how this music was created. So when you categorize, what were the names you mentioned again? There was Johnny, there was...
Yeah.
I mean, but then people have their opinion.
So what genre of music do you do?
Okay, for me, these are the things I check when I make music. Is there story in it? That's if you watch the records, and that's why I say they felt like there was stories. Yeah. What emotion am I trying to pass across? Most of it was soul. So for me, I would just call it Afro stories, really, because it's still African music. Yeah. Do you get... some of these names you mentioned don't make African music. Yeah. I mean, they might have vernacular in a few places, but they don't make African music. Do you get? They make... It's different. Yeah. It's different. I don't agree it's the same.
Are you worried that there's a belief that first albums are always this great, you know? Because like you said, it took you a while. You've told the story. Now, whenever you're going to do a sophomore, there's now a pressure to meet up with that standard. And there's like, okay,
yes,
do you still have these honest stories, or do you not feel you need to go more commercial?
Why?
Because that's happened to so many artists in the past.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm worried, but I'll say I hear that. Yeah. But I also have songs that didn't make the first album, which, thank God, there were stories too. Okay. Or they also fit what I'm trying to portray. So, I mean, if I had 4 of those songs added in the second album, it means I didn't change my sound. Yeah. Now, about the pressure to make other records, maybe pop records, popular music. Like I said, I make music based on how I feel.
So you could do anything literally?
So there's no deliberate effort really to make pop music. There's no deliberate effort. If I make a record tomorrow and it's pop music, you spoke about features earlier. Last week I recorded like 3 features with different artists who I wouldn't mention. And I mean, they're quite recognized, you know. So I'm happy to see this unfold gradually and, you know, grow with my own listenership, grow with my own fans that believe in what I'm saying.
Why are you so patient? That comes out as more like a compliment. Because it feels like in an industry where everybody's in a hurry you took 3 years, you're taking your time, and you still sound like you're willing to just do it your way. I mean, why are you so patient, and how long can you be patient for?
I mean, I have to be patient. I don't even think it's more like a choice, in as much as now it's becoming a deliberate effort to be patient, watch, and know when to jump or leap. I have to be patient. Here is why. You spoke about sophomore albums, second albums. And I watched an interview by Passenger. He's somebody I really, really listen to. And he spoke about the pressure on the second albums and people, trying to compete to make sure it's better. And he's like, that's never going to happen. The more you try too deliberately to do that, you make the wrong music. Now, that requires patience to wait. He spoke about how Let Her Go became a #1 record in Australia after how many months of release. And that song was just him humming something random. There was barely any effort. So me being patient now is because I want to be able to pass across what I feel every time. Let's even go into the business aspect. We're self-funding. I need to be able to generate the fund. So even if I have 20 million sitting in my account now, the first thing I'm thinking is not, who do I pay to play my music? Nah. I mean, Ogaga won't even let me do that. It's not possible. We'll keep that money. We're looking at it. We're waiting for the right time. And, when is the right time to promote? Where do you advertise? So we don't have money to throw around.
Yeah.
So you need to be patient. You need to be.
So there's Bow of the Bullets, which is, of course, still, you can stream it online.
Yep.
And then you drop Dance of the Bullets, an EP, which is sort of a bit of a dance.
Yeah, a dance feel of a few songs of the album.
A few songs of the album. What inspired that?
It was mostly Ogagusi's idea with Chooks. We needed to keep the promotion going with the pandemic, and we knew that, there are no shows, investing money too in visuals at this time because everybody's watching the news to see what's happening, So we just needed to wait, but we didn't want to lose the traction we were already gaining. And we also looked into some of the songs and saw that a couple of them had dance potentials, and we decided to just do it.
Are you happy with the way it's come out?
Yes, I'm happy. I think more people need to know about it. It's the same thing. Marketing any content now in this pandemic is even harder because things like interviews, physical contact is harder to get those things. I think we still need to get more people to see it because, the country was open when we released Bow of the Bullets, but with Dance of the Bullets, it's not as open. So avenues for advertisement is not as much, but I think people are catching up.
Quickly, plans for the rest of the year. We're getting to the second half of the year.
Yeah.
Assuming things stay this way, what's happening?
The video for Nakupenda just came out like 4 days ago.
Okay.
So I'll talk about music plans. We're waiting. We're trying to see how the reception. We're trying to see how much, what it's going to cost us as a team to get it out there. So we realize if we're shooting more videos or if we have to wait for after the pandemic. For the rest of the year, I'm already recording my second album. And it's so hard to promote a current album when we creatives here. Once we find something new, we're excited about the new one. So, but when I say, we'll release a single, Ogaga is like, never. We have so many songs to push. Yeah. Don't do that. So we keep recording. We're planning to bring at least 2 more visuals this year. Okay. And hopefully by the first quarter of next year, we should have been ready for our next album.
Amazing stuff. Looking forward to all that. And Nakupenda video is pretty.
Yes.
Pretty amazing. Have you found your Juliet yet?
Okay. Not publicly.
Okay. So there's a Juliet in private.
Yes,
that's good enough. Congratulations and thanks for being here today.
Thank you for
having me.
All the best
with everything. And please go stream Bow of the Bullets, Dance of the Bullets on all streaming platforms. And we're going to just sign off now with this amazing video, Nakupenda from Chike and Rikasani.